In this video, we will talk about the most important thing in LogTrade Connect, that is the consignment. I will start in our documentation site here at connect.logtrade.se/bc/docs. I go into the Getting Started, Walkthrough Topics, and click on Consignment. And click on Consignment again. So this is the page that describes the consignment document inside LogTrade Connect. I will follow this document and show you inside Business Central how it works. So let's go into the role center in LogTrade Connect. And here I can click on consignments to create a consignment. And if you have another role center, well, just search for consignments to open up the list of consignments and click on new. And first of all, we will talk about the general tab here. As you can see, consignments can be linked to various kinds of source documents inside Business Central. We can create a consignment from a warehouse shipment, from a warehouse pick, inventory pick, or directly from source documents of different types. In this first demo here, we will use just manual create a consignment, link it to a customer. And we will get names and addresses and location code, shipping agent service from the customer. And besides the delivery information, we create other types of addresses. So if you click on related and addresses, you can see that we have a sender, a recipient, a pickup, and a delivery. The sender and recipient is the two parties that has agreed to do business together, and the pickup and delivery describes more the physical movement of the goods. So on the sender and the recipient, we calculate customer numbers and so forth. And the delivery address that we can see here is synchronized with the delivery information on the consignment, since it's convenient to have the delivery name and address on the consignment. Let's see what the documentation says. So on our doc site, we describe every field that exists on our pages inside Business Central. We also have links. So if I go to the warehouse shipment number, we have the tooltips. We can click Learn More, and we will actually get into the correct page on our documentation site when we click on the Learn More links inside Business Central. So here you can find detailed descriptions of all the fields that we have on the consignments. I won't go into details about that. We will continue to the package lines. So let's go back to the consignment where we have the package lines. So you can see we have a number of packages. So I can put in, let's say I have 2 packages. I have the package type code set up as a default on the shipping agent service. There is a lot of settings related to delivery and consignments on the shipping agent services. And the only thing I need to do here is put in the weight, because I got the goods items code from the default setup. And if you go to the manage here and look at the packages, I will find 2 packages since I specified that I have 2 packages. So here you go. We have an internal ID. We have the weight that I specified on the package line distributed evenly over the packages. So this is the easiest way to work with packages, but we support more manual work. Maybe you want to create your packages before the consignments, you want to describe them, You want to specify which items that are inside each package and so forth. We support that also. But this is the most simple way to create the packages linked to a consignment. Let's take a look in the documentation and see what that says. So, okay, you have the description of the fields, description of the actions where we use this action packages to open up the list of packages. We have the communication tab on the consignment. Let's take a look at that. So here you can find the phone number, the mobile phone number, and the email, which is synchronized with the consignment address of the type delivery. So if we go into the addresses again, take a look at the delivery address. Let's view it. So we open up the card. So you can find the same email address here on the communication tab of the consignment address of type delivery. And if we go to the documentation, we can find a fast tab called split, but I haven't set up split points yet in my environment, so I won't see that fast tab. We will do that in a separate video, and you can click here to learn more about split shipments. The same thing goes for foreign trade. If we go back to my consignment, I won't find the tab foreign trade here because this is a domestic consignment. But if the consignment passes a customs border, we will see the fast tab for foreign trade. And there you have the settings for customs invoice. And here you can find descriptions of all those fields. And we have a separate video describing customs invoice. The details tab we have on the consignment. So let's take a look at that. These are not so commonly used fields. I can click on show more, but these are fields and the data in those we can send to LogTrade through the API. So for some carriers, you need to have the special quantity, the special quantity code. So some of these can be very carrier specific. And again, you have the descriptions here in our documentation. Custom data, that fast tab has 5 custom data fields. You can find these custom data fields in many places in LogTrade Connect, and this is custom data that can be sent to LogTrade. Maybe you want to have some customizations on the labels that you print, and you want to put custom data into the consignment so you can transfer it to LogTrade and have that data printed on labels. And you can put in data here manually, or you can use the functionality we have for field mappings. So you can do custom field mappings from, maybe you have a custom field on a sales order. You can map that field into a custom data field on a consignment. But again, we have that in a different video. If you scroll down in the documentation, you find a chapter about identifiers. And we have identifiers on consignments, packages, addresses, and those are provides a flexible way of identifying data on consignments. So an identifier code on the consignment level can be these kinds of identifiers. On an address, you might find identifiers like the EORI code for doing businesses in UK. And then in the documentation, you see we describe all the different kind of actions that you can use on a consignment to select packages, create packages, and all these are different ways of sending a consignment to LogTrade. And not all of them are visible on the consignment. They depend on how you set up your LogTrade Connect. But let's go back to the consignment in Business Central. where we had just specified the customer numbers, the number of packages, and the weight. What we normally do to get our labels printed is to actually prepare and print. And this will send the consignment to LogTrade. LogTrade will validate all the data we have, so the postcode is correct, the weight is within the agreement we have with our carrier for this specific service, so we won't be charged any extra money for sending this. So let's prepare and print. And I have set up LogTrade to print automatically, and I have integrated printer installed locally on my laptop. It prints to a PDF file that we can see here. Normally, integrated printer prints to a physical printer, so you will have that printer, that label printed now. So this is how easy it is. So I think we will stop this video here. Let's see if we forgot anything important. Well, maybe we should talk through the actions also. Let's open up the consignment. You see it's locked now because we have sent it to LogTrade. So we can release it from here if we like to. Release means that the carrier actually picks up the goods and puts them on the truck and drives away. Then notifications will be sent to customers if we have set notifications up, and electronic information will be sent to the carrier. But I will reopen this and we will take a look at the different kind of actions we have here and talk them through. And many of these are described in different sections in our documentations, and you will find separate videos about them, but I will just briefly go through them. And you see that we can use timetables. Timetables can be, the get timetable will ask LogTrade, which in turn will ask the carrier for when will they pick up the goods. So if I click get timetable, we will actually do a web service call. If I have correct carrier customer numbers at the carrier, I will get the pickup and the delivery dates and times here. We also can just validate a consignment. Just ask LogTrade to please check the data I have. I can calculate freight cost, and that will send a request to LogTrade, which will ask the carrier what will the cost be for delivering these goods to the recipient. And we will update the consignment with the freight cost. We can also set up automatic charging of the freight cost to the customer. So we will insert an order line. So we will invoice the customer for it. We can use linked source documents. So we can have one sales order on the consignment, and we can have multiple sales orders for the same delivery address linked to the same consignment. We can copy consignment, and we can download PDF documents and labels if we want to have the PDFs locally. And related to consignment, we have already seen addresses. And if we have created the consignment from a source document, we would find items. We can have consolidated consignments, meaning that LogTrade consolidates consignments going to the same delivery address. So you can read more about these actions in the documentation. We can also add services. So before I send it to LogTrade, maybe I want to have an additional service added to the consignment. And what happened now when I clicked on add service is that we asked LogTrade what kind of services can I add to my consignment. So maybe I want to have the SMS advice service added. So we will LogTrade will send an SMS to the customer when the consignment is released. So I click next here. This is a little wizard. So it will default the template ID to my country code because I have settings in the background that does this for me. I click finish, and now I have one service linked to this consignment. So I can prepare and print it again. Okay, you see, now I need an SMS number because I want to have an SMS advice. So let's put that in. I can prepare and print. So you actually got an example here of how LogTrade validates the data that we send in. So I think we stop here. Thank you.